What's up, YouTube? My name is Dustin. People call me the Wolfman. The man you just saw, that's Ben. We call him Nemo. This here is kind of a collaboration, since I do no longer have a safe place to do my forging, Ben has offered to store my forge, my anvil, and all my steel in his shop, as well as being able to film our YouTube channel here. Which, of course, you know, is a very, very kind gesture of him, which we thank. And we are very grateful for him to give his home, his shop, and pretty much access to his forge and internet and all that good stuff. As we go along, we will be seeing both him and I working on different projects, railroad spikes, stake turners, pretty much anything that Dan Moss, Tim over at Big Dog Forge, Alex Steele, Chandler Dickinson, pretty much if you guys got a challenge for us, even you Ting Ting and you too Yamez, you guys got a challenge for us, send it our way. We are down.
Already did.
So, but yes, Ben's already done the S-Hook challenge.
I haven't been able to do any of them yet.
Oh, you haven't done that one yet?
I haven't filled any of them yet.
Oh, really? Okay.
I'm a loser.
Well, we're gonna begin to work on that. We're both apprenticing blacksmiths. We're both finding this career choice very rewarding, and we just pretty much love it. So as we go along, we will see us get both better in our craft, as well as see us work in leather crafting, armor making, and pretty much as time goes on, we will eventually get to the point where I start building an entire set of armor, chainmail and all, from the ground up. It won't be like a massive series like Alec has done with his current sword project. It'll be here, there. But let's see what we can do, and let's have some fun, shall we? Alright. So, quick correction, since I'm not going to be able to get this in the editing. It is not a set of armor, it's a suit of armor. We're going to be building it from the ground up, chainmail and all. And who knows, maybe if I am able to pull a few good strings, we might even be able to get a friend of mine in here to wire it up and build a computer inside of it, just like a good Iron Man suit of armor. Now, today, being my first video, as first video on YouTube, we're gonna make a twisted handle railroad spike knife. A lot of people have done this on YouTube. They're not super impressive, but the whole point of my channel, bear in mind I have not told you the name. My channel's name is Wolfpack Forge. The idea behind this channel is to show other aspiring blacksmiths you don't need a $300 anvil to get along. You don't need a $500 triple burner jet burner forge to get along. You don't need LED lights. You don't need a $300 hammer. You don't need gloves that are custom made. All you need is a little bit of ingenuity, a whole lot of imagination, and the willingness to work and sweat. That's all you need. As long as you got those three, you're set. That's the whole point of this channel. As we go along here pretty soon, Ben and I are going to go and pick up my anvil, which I have happily named the Frankenstein Monster. Due to the fact that I built it from the ground up. The foot is water jet cut, 165 pound, 1 inch thick steel plate with 4 railroad ties held together by a 3-inch strap and a railroad plate like this as my hardy hole plate and sacrificial plate. And then I have a 200 pound, 2-inch thick plate for the main anvil. This anvil is ugly. It's got a square head, just like the monster. And being as I have taken up the mantle of the Wolfman, and I have taken up the mantle Wolfpack Forge, we need ourselves a monster. And what better monster do we have than the one that is going to work its ass off doing whatever we want it to do? So, here soon you'll be meeting Frankenstein. But not right now. Today we are going to be making a railroad spike knife with a twisted handle. So, Ben will be getting the forge started here pretty quick. We'll be throwing this in. First job is to get the twist in. I learned this the hard way last night. Put the twist in first. Otherwise, what's going to happen is you're going to shear it off. You put the blade in first, metal's too thin, shear it off as soon as you twist it enough times. So, let's get this started, shall we? That's Ben. And kaboom, we have fire. Now, in Ben's shop, he has many different tools. Many he's made himself, such as this. It seems he took horseshoe nippers and just split them, cut them, and made them into a really nifty pair of railroad spike tongs. Very awesome. Only problem is, these work too well. Which we learned last night, wherein I almost dang near burned a lot of hair off my arm. That's not fun. So, first things first, we got to get this into the forge. So, we got to set it up for the twist. These tongs will not work for that. So, we're going to be using a set of tongs.
Ironically called wolf jaw.
Huh?
Ironically called wolf jaw.
Yeah, wolf jaw tongs. So that we can get the spike hot enough to put in the twist. So, into the fire we go. Give that about 5-10 minutes to heat up, and we'll be back. Folks, steel's nice and hot. Ben's going to be handling the camera while I handle the twist.
Good luck with this, people.
So, first things first. Put it in there good and tight into the vise. Get yourself a twisting wrench. Get on there nice and snug, and you horse it. You horse the ever crap out of it. Got a nice twist there. Another one? Yeah, sure. There we go. Any more than that, you're going to shear the steel, even when it's hot. So, back in the forge. And as you can see, that is a beautiful twist. Now, the fun part. where we get to hammer the ever-loving crap out of this thing. And to the Smith and Magician. Why are we using the Smith and Magician, folks? It is because we got to isolate where we want to put the blade. You want the blade to start coming out right under the curve, right under the twist. Why do we want that? The twist is the handle. As you can see, we isolated it quite nicely. However, it needs another heat. First things first, we're gonna let the wolf jaw tongs go to rest since we're done with that. First thing, gotta cool this steel. Now we get to use the awesome tongs. Tongs that Ben made.
Modified.
And now, back into the fire.
And don't look at all the junk in the back. Get you in frame.
Okay, Dan, I'm letting you know I did get to use his hammer last night. It is a dream come true. You do awesome work, man. Absolutely awesome work. Eventually, though, I am going to be getting a hammer from each and every one of you. It's going to be fun when I start getting you guys to start doing that. As the steel's heating up, I am going to get a drink. Tip of the steel's hot. First job, you got to isolate the point. Unfortunately, Ben set his anvil up to his daughter, and well,
Hey, fuck you.
pretty much. But hey, we can always fix it later.
That was my height.
That was
it just
your
so
height.
happens I'm as tall as a 7-year-old.
Oh yeah, unfortunately, I keep forgetting I'm 5'11". You're
5.
not even 5'5".
I'm 5'1".
Okay, all right. Well, hey, you get to look my mom in the eye.
Thanks for bringing that up. Childhood memories.
Oh, please, you're telling me that they picked on you so much that you weren't able to go like a cat right into their face? Rare. If you're telling me that, I'm calling bull. All right, folks. Now, start making the blade. We are actually going to move to a straight beam hammer. Don't be afraid to waylay on the steel. Only be afraid when it's titanium and it's ready to go boom. take form. Alright, folks, gonna get that point back. Go to a lighter hammer. Point's starting to take shape. Folks, there's a couple questions that are constantly asked of new blacksmiths to the older generations. Number one, how do I know that I'm hammering cold steel? Number one, very easy. If light does not emit from it, it's too cold. Okay? Seriously, if light does not emit from your steel, it is too cold. A dull red to a blue and a black, it is too cold. Dull red meaning it still has some heat in it, not a lot. Now, as I was saying, downside with these railroad spikes, they like to squish. They love to squish. Love, love, love it. They like to fold in on themselves. They love the fish mouth and all that nasty stuff. Now, I don't know if you can see it on my camera, but as you can see where I've been tapping, right there on the tip, it's dull, almost black or blue. That's too cold. Remember, the thinner the metal is, the faster it gets rid of the heat. So you gotta get it in, gotta get it out on your anvil. Pound it, back in, and fast. Probably not as fast as Speedy Gonzalez, but you know what I mean. Now, before anybody asks, I'm making this for as the first blade to my leather crafting. A lot of the folks, mostly the Quad Squad, know that I dabble in a bunch of different hobbies. Blacksmithing is my main, but I've also fallen in love with leather crafting. And by doing so, I have created the booklets and sewn them together for a leather-bound journal. And this knife I plan on using when I cut that leather. I already have it. All I gotta do is start. I don't want to start until this knife is ready. Alright. Whole point of why I'm trying to do this. When I start getting the bevel in, I need that belly on the knife, because then it cuts through the hide a whole lot easier with a little bit of force. The tip is not, this blade is not meant for stabbing and cutting with the tip. It is meant for slicing and cutting with the edge, just like a pair of scissors. Also, just remember, especially with these propane forges, your tongs are steel. They get hot. Do not be afraid to dunk them in your cooling bucket. Nobody ever told me that.
They get hot.
Oh, they do. You just gotta remember, your tongues are steel, just like what you're working with.
Yep.
Oh, okay, yeah, go ahead, hit record.
Yep, it's going.
Alright, now we're gonna be putting in the bevels. Don't really need that point, however, it's always nice to have on a knife. So, how do we put in bevels? That one's easy. What you do, work up and down where you want the bevel to be. Flip. Now, some people say this is half on, half off. Me, I just say you're hitting it with a hammer. As you can see, it's starting to get nice and thin. A little cockeyed on this side, so we got to fix that. But it's coming along quite nicely. Go ahead. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Now we're going to see about straightening that out. Ben, I need you to bring that camera back a little bit.
Good luck with that. You guys are all on your own.
All right. Oh! Ooh, that.
You seasick yet?
There we go.
Yeah.
Sucker's nice and straight. Perfect. Now is off to grinding. Unfortunately, right now we need to buy belts. So this is the Wolfman, Dustin Dixon, signing off. This has been Wolfpack Forge. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope to see you again.